Legally, of course, there was nothing he could be charged with. That was what Clara thought as she stood by the window, looking out at the evening streets of Madrid. From a legal standpoint, everything looked almost flawless.
No bruises.
No direct threats.
No witnesses.
Only words. Only tone. Only that thick, slowly corroding feeling of being erased, carefully, day after day. The day before, she had caught her husband with another woman. Not in bed, no. Everything was far more decent. Wine glasses, candles, laughter, his hand resting on someone else's wrist. He didn't jump up. He didn't try to explain. He just looked at her with cold curiosity, as if she had walked into someone else's apartment at the wrong time. "Do you want to know how this will end for you?" Alejandro said calmly, almost tenderly. "I'll file for divorce. And you'll be alone. With 2 children. No money. No youth. No future." He spoke confidently, as if reading from a script he had prepared long ago. "You'll age quickly, Clara. Very quickly. Women like you aren't needed by anyone. And children are anchors. You understand that, don't you?" She did understand. He always made sure to explain to her exactly what she was supposed to understand. "My advice to you," he continued, "is to stop making scenes. Take care of the house, the school, the dinners. You're good at that. If you behave reasonably, I might even forget your tone today." For a brief moment, Clara thought she could hit him with something heavy.
A frying pan.
A vase. Even a chair. The thought was short and bright, like a flash of light. But it was immediately followed by another, cold and sober. A hospital, a courtroom, the children, his satisfied smirk. He would survive. She would not. "Call the children." Alejandro suddenly snapped. "I want to talk to them. Yesterday I couldn't. Because of you." He raised his voice deliberately so it would carry into the children's room. "Do you ever think before you do something? Why did you come back early? I told you clearly you were going to your sister's for 4 days. And suddenly you return after 1. With the children. Do you even understand what you've done?" He spoke as if she herself had dragged the children into a crime scene. "Did it never occur to you that I might have a personal life? That if you're not around, I don't have to sit and wait? Is it really that hard to call ahead? If you didn't think about me, at least think about the children. You are their mother. Or does that word mean nothing to you?" A carefully rehearsed, convincing hurt crept into his voice. "After what they saw, you still dare to say you care about their emotional well-being. If you really loved them, you would have thought 100 times before doing this." He was almost shouting. Clara watched his lips and thought that this might be the most dangerous moment of all, when a person is absolutely certain of their righteousness. The children stood in the doorway, pressed against each other. "Go to your room," Alejandro suddenly said softly. "Remember that Daddy loves you." When the door closed, he changed again. "And remember this," he said quietly. "Don't even think about divorce. I won't allow it. I'd rather you didn't exist at all than become free and happy without me." That night, Clara hardly thought at all. She sat beside the children's beds until they fell asleep, then stared into the darkness for a long time. She couldn't leave. He would never let her go. He would chase her, intimidate her, break her. In the morning, she suddenly felt a strange calm. The decision didn't come as a revelation, but as a simple thought, so obvious it almost made her laugh. If she couldn't leave directly, she had to make him want to get rid of her himself. From that day on, Clara changed. She became calm, cheerful, almost carefree. She turned on music, hummed in the kitchen, cooked dinners with a smile. She suggested walks, discussed plans, joked. It unsettled Alejandro. "You're suspiciously cheerful today," he said once. "You're not angry with me anymore?" "And why should I be?" she asked sincerely. "That's all in the past." He took it as a victory. A week passed. Then one night his phone rang. "Doesn't it strike you as strange that your wife has suddenly become so happy?" a woman's voice asked in Spanish, with a slight accent. "Who is this?"
Alejandro tensed.
"Let's just say someone who knows the truth. Clara has another man. His name is Thomas. A very influential man. They're planning many things, including things against you. The voice was calm, almost sympathetic. She'll divorce you, take half your assets, leave you with alimony payments, and disappear. With the children. With the money. That's nonsense, Alejandro whispered. Ask her sister, the voice replied. You'll find out where Clara really was during those days. After that call, Alejandro's world shifted. Clara began to accidentally forget about the children, stare thoughtfully out the window, talk about the smell of the sea in the middle of winter, lose track of her words. Sometimes, at night, she whispered someone else's name. Alejandro began to follow her. A few days later, he saw her leave the children with a relative, get into a taxi, and go to the airport. He followed her to the very end, but he was too late. The plane had already taken off. 2 days later, she called. I'm leaving you, Clara said calmly. We're getting divorced. He shouted, threatened, promised to take everything from her. Do whatever you want, she replied. You won't do anything to me. I understand that now. And it's made my life easier. She flew off to travel. And he stayed behind, angry, deceived, convinced that he had lost to a more powerful player. 3 years later, while walking through a park in Barcelona, Alejandro saw Clara. She was laughing, a man walking beside her. A little behind them, her mother with a baby stroller. He didn't know that no Thomas had ever existed, that the role of the powerful lover had been played by an old family friend, that the woman's voice on the phone had belonged to Clara's mother. He knew only one thing. He had lost again. And this time completely.